Let's do a complete tier list of the best coach abilities in college football 25. The way we'll do this is we're going to go over each category as a whole. So you got Tactician, and then you got Scheme Guru, which essentially is the elite version of Tactician. We're gonna rate Tactician and then Scheme Guru separate. Then we'll do Archetype as a whole because it's only that one category essentially. Then we'll do Motivator and we'll do Master Motivator separately. We'll do Talent Developer as a whole. We'll do Recruiter, then Elite Recruiter, Strategist, and then CEO as a whole, and then also Program Builder as a whole. And we'll kind of talk through, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 of each overarching ability. Just, kind of talking through some things I like, some things I don't like, and why I decided to put it in that category. Now let's get into the list. If y'all enjoy the content, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Follow me on Instagram, Twitch. Follow my Temple series. We're going crazy. But let's come over here to the website, and first let's talk through each category I made. So we got the Game Changer. Self-explanatory, man. Something that's really is game changing when you have this ability for your coach. Next we have Good, obvious, pretty self-explanatory. Meh is really just don't move my needle. It has its benefits, has its bads, kind of just that even kill. Then we have Bad, and then we have the worst, which is going to be Dirt. All right, so let's get into my list. We're going to start off with Tactician, and if you do Tactician right, this could be absolutely game changing, man. Tactician, I recommend going to Tactician at the point of the program when you're win now. You already brought in a couple of recruits. You're around at 88 to 90 overall. We'll even say 85 to 90 overall. You ready to compete for a national championship. That's when you want to go into Tactician and really, have that win now. These boosts are essentially going to be for each category, whether it's man coverage for a cornerback, throw accuracy for a quarterback. All of the boosts are super useful. So I really love me some Tactician. I honestly think it's a little bit cheating, a little bit overpowered. I try not to, like for my Temple series, go check out the series. I got to plug it in. I don't go into Tactician just because I think it's a little bit too good. Now you get into the Scheme Guru, and I'm looking at both screens because on the other screen I have each ability and specifically what it does. So if you see me looking back and forth, that's what that is. Now when it comes to Scheme Guru, I don't like. A little bit too specific for me, man. A little bit too specific. I'm going to put it in the bad category, man. Like, for example, D lineman, tier 1. D lineman take a fatigue hit for every 4+ yard rush. For me, that's, too specific and it's expensive. You getting into the 8. It costs 8 coins, and then also you got to unlock it. It's getting a little bit too expensive for my liking, and none of these abilities really seem good in my opinion. They're nice to have, could be a good bonus, but nothing is really, game changing. So we're going to put that in the bad category. Next, let's get into the Archetype, and this is one of my favorite abilities in the game. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to unlock it in my Temple series just yet. You have to win the 4 rivalry games. But this is a very game-changing ability, especially the tier 3, the tier 2 boost. The tier 2 boost is probably the best in the game. Chance to increase a random skill cap when leveling up. That's really one of the only ways for your players to really increase their overall potential. And then even the tier 4, a chance to increase best skill cap when conference or a national title. That one's obviously a little bit more tough. And then also even tier 3 where you earn additional XP for every win streak. And then also tier 1 where you earn additional XP for in-game goals. So I like literally every single tier of this thing. My only issue, expensive. It's costing 8 and you have to unlock it. It's going to take you, probably 2, maybe 3. In my situation, we're in year 6 and we have yet to unlock this Archetype just because Temple don't have great rivals. So, I love everything that's in this. I just don't love how, it's kind of hard for me to unlock it with my Temple program. So next, let's do Motivator. And for me, Motivator is good. I would want to put it in the game changer category because Motivator has the one ability, the tier 3 ability, where you get the off-season training boost. That is the only way to get an off-season training boost, period, in this game. So having that ability is phenomenal. But the other 3, tier 1, you get a bonus when you get, players drafted in the top 3 rounds, not super useful. And then tier 2, players stay hot throughout timeouts, quarter change, and across games. I don't really care about that. And then tier 4, that player will start the 4th quarter hot. I care even less about that, man. Hot, cold, it really don't seem to play a big impact in this game. But getting that all-season training boost is phenomenal, man. If that wasn't in there, this would be in the dirt category. If that all-season training boost wasn't in there, so it moves it all the way up to the good category. If they had another tier, that was actually useful, it may even go into the game changer category. But for that reason, I gotta put it in the good category. And next, you get into the master motivator, and this is another thing where it's like, is one ability in here that I really do like, but that ability, now we're talking more expensive. Now for the Master Motivator, each one costs 8 instead of 5. And then also you have to have 5 players drafted to even unlock the Master Motivator. So it gets a little bit challenging. And for me, I'm going to put it in the meh category. It's borderline bad. But the one ability that I do like in this category, increase all XP gains for running backs. And then the other abilities, I just don't care for. Running backs recover faster from injury. That's cool. Running backs get a boost to toughness, stamina, and injury. That sound cool. That's okay. I don't really care for that. And then last one is running backs start the game with a composure boost. I don't really know what that is. I don't know what that boost is. Is it +5? Is it +2? Is it +1? I don't really know what that is. So for that reason, I don't love them. I do love the tier 3. Like I said, increase all gains for running backs or whatever position group. That could be very useful. But for that reason, it's going in the mad category. Next, we get into the talent developer, and it's going to go in the good category for its tier 3 and tier 4 ability. Tier 3 is going to be lower rated quarterbacks or whatever position group will gain XP just faster. They'll progress faster. Than tier 4 starting quarterbacks will gain XP faster. So those are cool. I like those two, but it's expensive. First, you have to have 2 players drafted in the first round. That's tough to unlock, especially as a small program. It's going to take you a while. And then also, now it's costing 8. Each one of these are going to cost 8, and you have to unlock tier 3, tier 4. So it's getting a little expensive now. And then the tier 1 and the tier 2, in my opinion, is not that useful. Tier 1, that player or that position group transfers will be more interested. It sounds amazing, but transfers in this game, in my opinion, are broken. When you bring in a transfer, they don't progress. So therefore, it's almost not worth bringing in a transfer unless they're 4 or 5 star. You bring in a 3-star transfer. Say you bring them in as a senior, and they come in as a 83 overall. And they will not progress throughout that, off-season training like your other players will. So for me, I don't love the transfer portal. And then also tier 2 has to do with recruits and skill. I don't love that one either. It's not, that one is almost useless in my opinion. So for me, like I said, I'm putting in the good category for the tier 3, tier 4. Next, we get into the recruiter. And I honestly think the recruiter is the best in this game. I think the recruiter is the best ability, whatever you want to call it, in this game by far, man. I don't think you need Tactician, Motivate. I don't think you need any of these other abilities if you're able to bring in the best recruits every single year. If you are able to bring in 4 or 5-star gems every single year, you don't need the Tactician boost. You don't need the Motivator, the off-season training boost. You don't need none of this other stuff. So for that reasoning, I'm putting this recruiter in, not only the game changer category, but the number 1 spot for the game changer category. And then, I'm doubling down. The elite recruiter is also going in the game changer category because the elite or the regular recruiter allows you to, sign majority of the recruits you're going after, whether it's 4 or 5 stars, especially if you have that thing maxed out for, a position group, you're able to go crazy. Putting them additional hours into a player is game changing. When you're able to get the offense and defensive coordinators, and you're able to put in 65, 75, even 80 hours into some players. I never lost a recruit when I was able to put 85 hours in, and I rarely lose a recruit when I'm putting in 75 hours from the jump. You get into the elite recruiter. Now you're getting in the game changing category. I never lost a recruit with an elite recruiter. Like literally, I never lost a recruit having elite recruiter. Let's say I got elite recruiter unlocked for a quarterback. I never lost a recruitment of a quarterback with elite recruiter. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about, elite recruiter. I know a lot of people probably don't even have elite recruiter unlocked. You have to sign 2 top 5 recruiting classes, which is difficult if you're a small school. It's going to take you a while. But when you do get there and you do unlock that ability, it is amazing. It is super fun, super easy, honestly. So next we get into the strategist, and I'm going dirt. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. I am going dirt. I hate the Strategist. It could be useful if you was able to unlock this as a smaller program, but the fact that you have to win 4 bowl games to unlock this, so it's probably going to take you a couple years. Some, probably 4 years at least, unless you're going into playoffs. But as a small school, it may take you 4 years. It may take you 5, 6 seasons, because you might not even make a bowl game your first 2 years, let alone you might not win the bowl game. So when you do get this puppy unlocked, the whole concept is visits. The first category, you get a bonus to complimentary visits for that position group. Cool. Not amazing. That's cool. We're also talking here, this stuff costs 8 now to unlock. 8 coins to unlock each one of these tiers. Then tier 2, visits has a bigger impact on that position group. That's good. Useful, not amazing. And then also tier 3, bonus interest for every visit a quarterback has taken before visiting you. Another cool ability. Then tier 4 is useless. Chance to learn development trait when a quarterback or whatever position group visits you. So if I already had that player on a visit, like, there's no point of learning that development trait. I'm too deep in for me to even back off. Like, it's no point. Like, it's just bonus information, and I don't need it. So it sounds cool, but it's like it's not useful. And then also when we get into, like I said, it takes years to unlock this, 5, 6, 7 years to unlock this ability. By then, you shouldn't even be doing visits, in my opinion. Like, with my temple rebuild, I'm rarely scheduling visits because I have my recruiter maxed out. So I don't really need to schedule any visits. Like, we're getting 5 stars, 4 stars, pretty much every single player we go after just with having the regular recruiter unlocked. I will argue, go into elite recruiter before you go into the strategist, and you'll have a lot more success with recruiting. So, like I said, this thing is pretty much all centered around helping you recruit, and just go into the recruiter. That's actually going to help you recruit all the time, not just with visits here. And I just don't love the whole visits concept. Visits could go horribly. You could lose the game and you lose a recruit. So I don't love this at all. It's in my dirt category. That's my rant of the day. So next we get into the program builder. And the program builder got some good stuff in here. It got some amazing stuff in here. Each one costs 12 points. Got some amazing stuff in here. It's going in my good category, but the bottom half of good, the one thing that really sticks out to me is the pipeline stuff. You could boost your pipelines to, your best and your worst 5 pipelines. And then also you can boost your primary pipelines. It's a lot of good stuff in there for the pipelines. Everything else I would say is horrible. Or maybe not horrible, not good. Everything else I don't really care about. Like, for example, there's one thing, you get extra persuasion attempts during the off season. Cool. I don't need extra persuasion attempts just because, like, I don't have players entering the transfer portal by the time I have the thing unlocked. You have to win 5 playoff games to unlock this whole program builder category. So by then, I don't need persuasion attempts at all. Don't need them at all. So that's one whole category having to deal with that. The other one has to deal with, your job security. Come on, man. I already won 5 playoff games. I probably don't care about my job security. There's the other one, earn additional XP for completing goals. This is for your coach, though. What? My coaches, I already won 5 playoff games. My coach, I don't really care about my coach's XP at that point. So I don't love this, whole program builder, but what I do love is the pipelines boost, and I love the pipeline boost so much that I put it in the good category. Next we got the CEO, and I'm gonna put this in the bad category, man. It's one thing in the CEO that is game changing, really good, and that's increase all skill caps by 1 for rising seniors. That's amazing. That is phenomenal. I love that. But other than that, no other ability in here really moves my needle. Even like the chance of an instant commit with offering a scholarship as a top school, that would be a lot better if you couldn't get instant commits already. This is pretty much just boosting that percentage, but you could get a lot of instant commits without this ability, and I have got it before. So therefore, like, that ability makes it less useful. So I just don't love some of this stuff in CEO. It's super expensive. You got to win 2 national championships to unlock it. This one has to do with home field advantages lower at rival stadiums. Not all away stadiums, but only your rivals. What if I only have 2 rivals? I'm Temple. Only have 2 rivals, and I never play them. So that's literally useless for me. It should be all away stadiums, in my opinion. But You know, so some of this stuff I just don't love. You know, first round projected players are less likely to go to the NFL. What is less likely? You know, is it, you know, 50% less? Is it 75% less? Or is it 25% less? You know, I just don't really know. So don't love this CEO either. It's in the bad category for me, man. Man, if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to see next. And click the video on the screen now for my temple rebuild.